My dog
And
is
we
about to
are.
visit me.
Well, hey, we back.
Hey, we we finally are back. Oh my goodness, technology.
Yes, yes. So we are back. We are back. So thank you guys for giving us a little bit of time to get situated. We have to figure that Facebook. I'm gonna have to figure that Facebook stuff out. But we still able to. I'm still able to see your comments. If you have any questions for Miss Cynthia Pillow. But before we start, can you open us up in prayer?
Yes, ma'am, I will be more happy to. Let us bow our heads. Eternal God, our Father, we come to you this evening saying thank you, oh God. Thank you for allowing us to see a brand new day. Thank you for being our protector, our guide, and our peace, oh God. Now, oh God, as Miss Luna and I sit down and we have a conversation, and the viewers that will be listening, I pray that there's something that is said that will encourage them and keep them and motivate them throughout the rest of the day. This is my prayer in the matchless, adorable name of your Son, Jesus the Christ. Amen.
Amen, 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 amen. So, Miss Cynthia is someone I interviewed last year. And I remember
Has it been that long?
I believe so. And I remember our interview because I think was it storming or was kind of the weather was kind of bad and it was like the internet stuff was going in and out and shaky. But here we sit today, almost a year later, probably a year later, and we're still here. Got through the pandemic, even though the
Yes,
pandemic is still going on, but we're still here
yes, we
with
are.
God's grace. So I just want to know, what have you been doing since
Oh,
we sat down um, with Pure Beauty Gym?
well, I mean, a lot has been going on. I don't know if you're aware that, because of the pandemic, I am not working right now, but God has been good. He's been faithful. He's been keeping me and my family thus far. And it helps me to understand that He is the ultimate supplier. Um, as far as Pure Beauty, I'm still doing the magazine. As a matter of fact, this last magazine, the May June one, will be the last one until we take a break, and we'll be taking a break from uh, July to August, and then we'll be right back at it in September. So if we have any talented young ladies out there that love to write, I would love to have you be a contributing writer. I will send that information to Luna again about Pure Beauty Gym. They can just write me and send in their articles and their pictures. But those that are under age 12, they have to get their parents' permission because, we want to do it right. We want a spirit of excellence. And it is to encourage our young people, especially our young ladies. As far as what Pure Beauty Gym has been up to, I was so excited. We had our very first virtual workshop last month. And oh my goodness, even though we didn't have as many young ladies as we wanted, we had who God wanted to be there, and um, it was amazing. Um, Lady Renita Jackson of Jackson Etiquette from Missouri, she taught some things that in etiquette I actually forgotten, and some things I didn't really know. Um, and it was very interesting how we really need to get back to etiquette. It's a part of life. It's things that we do every day, and we need to teach our young people what etiquette is. They do it every day, but um, it's more than just the manners. Thank you, please. How are you? It goes even further than that because these are the things that will help them succeed in the future. Whether it's getting a job, how to introduce yourself to people, how you present yourself to others, because first impressions are lasting impressions.
Yes.
And one of the things that I found out in the class, they said it takes only a minute to make a good first impression, but it takes a lifetime to erase a bad one.
Yes.
So you really want to put your best foot forward, and people they go by what they see. So how are you presenting yourself? And our young ladies and our young men need to learn how to present themselves and how they feel about themselves, the confidence, the character, um, and how um, when you meet and greet people, especially when you have your jobs. We have quite a few young people that may have summer jobs at fast food restaurants and their first job. So how do you present yourself? What are you presenting to the public? You're not only representing yourself, but you're also representing that company or that organization that you're working for. So you always want to leave a good impression in the things that you learn from that organization or who you're working with. That's their name. That's your name. And you're also representing your parents.
Yes.
You're representing those that help to raise you and those that have influence on your life. So those things are so, so important. And it was so good that we didn't really finish and everybody wanted a part two. So now, August, I think it's the 21st of August, we're going to have part two.
Wow.
And this one is going to be, since it was requested on um, social graces as
Mm,
well as image, because
mm,
a lot of what we do, body language and what you say is one way, and then your body language says something else. So how are you presenting yourself?
mm.
Um, One of the other things that came out is that a lot of things that we say, they're not proper etiquette. Like one thing I used to say all the time, now I have to watch myself when they say, Cynthia, could you do this? I said, oh, no problem. And she corrected me. She said, that's not what you would say. She
Mm.
said, the correct way to say, if somebody's asking you to do something, will you do this for me? And you say, oh, sure, no problem. No, it makes it seem like it was a problem, but you'll do it. So
Oh,
the correct way is to say, thank you. You're welcome. You say, oh, you did this for me. Oh, it was no problem. No, thank you. Something simple. You said, thank you for doing this, because that's what they're saying. They're appreciating your help and your commitment in helping them get a project done. So what you would do is say, thank you. And I said, oh, it's no problem or no worries. So I said, oh, I said, so I have to get out of the habit of saying that because it's not proper etiquette. Or
mm.
even writing it in an email when someone emails you a request and they said, do you have time to do this? And you say, oh, sure, no problem.
Right.
You have
Yeah.
you have to you have to kind of watch this. Say, sure, I'll be glad to do this for you. Not no problem, but say, I'll be glad to do this for you. And they said, well, thank you. Thank you for doing this, Cynthia, or thank you, Leona, for your time. Oh, sure, no problem. No, you're welcome. It's
Wow.
it's it's those little simple things that I wasn't even aware of that was not proper etiquette. And then, she talked about the 6 steps in introduction, which is, you introduce, you make eye contact, you shake hands, you say their name, and you repeat their name back to them.
Mm,
You stand, okay, when you're making introductions, like if for instance, you're sitting down at a table and I come over to you and bring it and you what you do is you would get up and say, how
yeah.
are you doing? But not
Right.
sit
Right.
down. So
Right.
but those things are not practiced. So we would never know that. So until she brought that to our attention, she said, no, always stand up when you greet somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
said,
knew that.
okay.
I didn't know. I knew that.
And I
I
said,
knew that part. Well, that's great.
yeah, it was
Awesome.
very interesting. She said when you shake hands, it's a firm handshake, and it shouldn't last no more than maybe about 2 or 3 seconds. And you don't fist bump, you don't like hold people's hands, like no. And if someone is, maybe handicapped and can't use their right hand, then you use the hand that they use. Like if they only have their left hand, then you use your left hand.
Mm,
You don't try to the right, because they can't use that. So you kind of, out of respect, out to them, you use the hand that they have available.
Wow.
So
She,
it was very interesting. So I can't wait for part two,
oh
because it
wow.
talks about the image and the image we project, how we the clothes we wear, and it all stemmed from the conversation we were having about. And I know everyone has seen
Monique
Monique's Monique's Instagram about the situation
with the
in
hair bonnet.
the with the hair bonnet and the slippers, and she was, and I said, that does make sense. And she commented, and Lady Renita commented on, she said, you're right, you present yourself in a way in public that you want people to perceive you. So no, if you got a hair bonnet on your head, just want to run to the store, or you have your bedroom slippers on, or I'm not, no, take the rollers out your head, maybe fix your hair up really nice, because it sets, what does it say about you? And for me, if you're teaching etiquette and somebody's listening to me and you're listening to me and you see me in the store and I got the hair bonnet on and I got the slippers on, and you're like, she's teaching etiquette, but she comes in here with a hair bonnet on, rollers in her hair, slippers on her feet. So how is that? What kind of
Right,
image am I presenting? So you're saying one thing, but you're presenting something else.
right.
So it's an eye opener, and it tells a lot when we dress, how you feel about yourself. How
Yeah,
confident are you about you in
yeah,
the way you dress? Sometimes and you dress like you just
yeah, yeah,
you,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
you do.
yeah. Because
But you,
sometimes when I get up in the morning and I'm like, okay, I don't really feel like going to work. I'm gonna throw on a pair of jeans and a shirt
mhm,
and be done with it. But then when I get up feeling good, exercising, I'm gonna
right,
get fully dressed. Yeah, feeling myself because I'm
right.
feeling good. So you're right. Sometimes the way you dress is really how you
How
feel.
you
I know
feel,
my mother always told me. She said, "Don't go out looking any old kind of way because you represent my name."
and really that's the truth. That's the
And
truth.
I was like, "Okay." So I always kept that with me as well as don't go out here acting a fool because you don't
Somebody,
know who I know that will
right,
come back
right.
and tell me.
Right. And it goes
So
along with what it says about first impressions are lasting impressions. So if
yes,
I walked out the door looking like that and then come back and be talking to you on this subject, what do you think that you're going to remember more about me? How I look, dressed in a hair bonnet, slippers, and here I am talking to you about etiquette. So you're going to
yeah,
remember that, and as
yeah.
opposed to me talking. So yeah, first impressions do say a lot. Um, so
Wow. I think you need to have you might need to do a seminar for adult
Well,
women.
actually, there was majority of them were
Oh,
adults.
okay.
Were adults. And it was very, very interesting. A lot of things that we knew, and some things we didn't know, especially about the social image part. Is about body language. Your body, when you're saying one thing, but your
With your
body
body.
language is portraying something else, and then how we don't communicate a lot anymore because of social media, texting. And she used an example about going to, sitting at a restaurant and you're supposed to be engaging in conversation, but we're texting each other. And she asked about that, and she said it makes it seem, so how would you feel if I'm sitting there talking to you and you're like this? If you would probably feel that you're not even important. Like
Right.
whatever you have to say doesn't matter. And that's not how you're supposed to make somebody feel. When you're there, all eyes and attention and engaging is supposed to be on them. That's the whole conversation. And well, I don't know what to talk about. It's because we are so into our phones, our young people,
Yeah.
that if you don't put it down, they're looking like, well, what am I going to say? We have to teach them how to have a conversation,
Right. 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 Right.
how to have a conversation with one another, and not just words on a phone that really um, it doesn't have any expression. When you're talking to people, you get the expression, you get the feeling, you get all of that. Instead of the emojis, little crying and little laughing and little shaking my head, that doesn't that doesn't do justice to you actually talking and having a conversation. You actually
Right.
feel that person. So um, I'm really, really excited about part two, and it's
I am
open
enjoying that.
to yeah, it's open to and I said ladies of all ages, all of
Okay.
it. It's open, you know. It's like I said, it's on the 21st of August from 1 to 2:30 Eastern time. Um, and just join in. I will be sending it out again. So all you have to do is go into Zoom, click on, and once you get on, just identify yourself and let me know who you are so I can make sure I take everybody's attendance because I
Right.
will be sending them something special after the workshop is over.
Okay. Okay. So I know also that you're doing, and I well first let me just backtrack. I want to say thank you for allowing the youth and young adult that I have interviewed in the course of this year be able to write for your magazine.
I enjoyed it.
I believe you had what, three or four young ladies
Hmm.
off of my platform that had the opportunity of writing for your magazine. So I just want to say thank you for that. I know my daughter was one, and she really enjoyed um, getting the magazine and opening it up and seeing what she wrote. Like, yeah, I wrote that. That's me. So it's a very inspiring magazine. If you guys want to subscribe at the end, we'll let you know how to do that. But I want to know, who else are you collaborating with?
Oh, I am so. I mean, partnership is everything now. I and you know her. She's a good friend of yours, and she is an absolute joy to work with. Um, Her name is Shaquita Ono, but I call her Minister Shaquita. But then sometimes I say, "Hey sis, how you doing?" She has her own organization called Queen's Academy. So Queen's Academy and Pure Beauty Gym. She called me up and wanted to collaborate to do a girls summit, which is and we're still planning that. And right now we have a date set for September the 11th, I believe,
Mhm.
starting from 1 until 7. I'm not sure of all the details because we're still working them out. But it's a collaboration where we sit down and we bring mothers and daughters, aunts and nieces, everybody together because we need the sisterhood, we need the bond, we need the relationship between mother, daughter, auntie, grandmother, granddaughter, mentor, mentees. We need to bridge that gap with
Yes,
our young people. We do. We really do need to bridge because I've seen so many relationships with mothers. They're not mothers and daughters are like this, or they can't
yes,
communicate, or they don't understand, or many of them may not have their mothers or spend the time with the mothers. Like for me, what started Pure Beauty Gym is because my mother passed when I was young, so I never really knew her. But I thank God for the women that helped my father raise me. So that's the bond of the sisterhood, the aunts and the nieces and the grandmothers. They all help to raised me in the manner that is fitting of a young lady. And that's where we need to get back to. We
yes,
still need they need us and we need them. So that's the whole point of this, just the collaboration of having fun, connecting with each other, talking about the relationship of mothers and daughters or the relationships period between women and our girls and get them to open up to just to see what they're missing, just to hear from them what
yeah,
um, what is a mother, what what is it that we can do for you, what was it that we're missing,
right,
because we're missing the boat somewhere because
right,
we want to help you. We want to work together with you without any um, no judgment. And I
Yeah.
think that's most important because they they don't trust as much because they feel they will be judged. They go in an atmosphere that you feel you would be judged, but we have to be open minded enough to accept them right where they are and who they are and give them the platform to talk and not be judged.
Right.
Um, I think a lot of our problem is that we talk at them and not really listening to them. We do a lot of that. Um, and that was my mistake with my daughter. I would talk to her and it's like
Yeah,
whatever
mine
I
too.
said go, whatever I said goes because, I was raised that you were seen, children were seen and not heard. And and I wish when I look at them, I say, I really wish that my aunties and my cousins, when I was going through my, teenage years, my preteen years, all the stuff that was going on in my head, instead of telling me, you're going to be okay, you'll get over it. It's one of the, you're just growing up to be a young lady. Okay, that's fine. But I'm dealing with some things and I don't know how to process all of this. So can you help me?
Yeah.
So now that's where I'm at with that. I said, okay, we have to walk them through the process that I never took. And that means listening to them and be open minded about it and not be judgmental. Um, will we, there may be some things we might not want to hear, but we just have to, we may be a little angry but we have to, this is what they're feeling.
Yeah.
This is what they're feeling.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, because I mean, my daughter had to sit there and tell me some things, and I'm looking at her all wide eyed, and I'm like, oh, really? Oh, okay. But she said, Ma, you're not listening. And
Yeah.
I thought I was, but I really wasn't. Then when she shut down on me, that became a problem because anytime I wanted to say, I asked her, I said, okay, everything okay? Everything's fine. And so how's things going? Okay.
Yeah.
So when she came to, it's like when she did come to me, it's almost like, I don't have time or catch me later or, let me finish doing this. So by the time I'm saying all that, she's done.
Yeah.
She said, that's okay.
Yeah.
And then when you actually have time, how you doing? Oh, everything's fine. High school, school to school, short, like it's almost like, yeah, short to the point. It really does. Why do you don't really care? Short to the point. you know. And I said, oh, I can't do that. I really
Yeah.
need my daughter. I really need her to talk to me because if she doesn't talk to me, she's talking to somebody else. And it may be the wrong person that she's talking to that's going to influence her instead of me.
Yeah.
So we are women of influence. So what are we doing? What
Right.
examples are we setting for them? They are they are watching. They hear this, but they're more or less watching our actions, and they want to know if you're going to be there for them no matter what. And
I think I'm the opposite.
mm,
I uh I inject myself too much. I have
what
two
do you?
daughters and I inject myself too much.
Mhm,
Whereas I need to learn how to, the same way I had to learn,
mhm.
they're gonna have to learn too,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
and
There's a
allow them to
balance.
come to me when they need, when they need me,
Mhm.
instead of me interjecting all the time,
Right,
right? And then when I'm interjecting, I'm telling them, do it my way. Don't do it that you're doing it wrong. Do it my way. Instead of them learning how to do it their way because they have to learn how to do it their way, just like I had to learn.
right,
So
right,
I'm like a
right.
little bit, I'm I'm trying, even though
So I haven't
if you was
gotten
to
it
ask
right
them,
either.
they'll probably say something different. But I'm trying not to have so much of an opinion or, oh, well, maybe you should do this or maybe you shouldn't do that because that ain't working. But just letting them go through,
Hmm.
you know. But as moms, it's hard because if I already been there, I want to tell you that don't work because I did that already.
Right.
But
That's the hard
it does
part.
right, exactly. But it doesn't, yeah, sometimes it doesn't always translate. So I
Right.
know with the event on September 11th, I spoke to Minister Shat, and she
Mhm.
wanted YBC to come in because I was thinking about doing an event, having a panel with mothers and daughters
Okay.
and having a conversation
Mhm.
because I have met some amazing women that have great bonds with their daughters.
Mhm.
Although I get on my daughter's nerves, I think and I believe I do have a great
You do.
bond
You
with
do.
my daughters. I know I can be overbearing a
I
lot of
get it.
times, but I hope they know that it's nothing but love. So I'm hoping that one or both will join me on September 11th for the panel. So she asked me to get a couple of women and, women, daughter, mother and daughters together so we can have a panel, a discussion to close out you guys' event um,
That'll
of
be good.
everything
That'll
that's
be good.
going on. But I'm excited for September 11th.
I
It's,
am
it's
too.
it's really needed. It's really needed because I don't think they understand that although we moms, we also was young too, and as moms, we also have to know that we was brought up in a different time than they brought up now. So the conversations is a little bit different. The experiences is a little bit different. The questions, because like you said, we was taught not to ask questions,
Mhm.
just do. And
Mhm.
they have questions. Well, why should I do? Why shouldn't I? Why you telling me not to do this? But why? And it's not
Mhm.
being disrespectful. It's just they want to know. Like
Mhm.
they really want to know. So it's just amazing um, to see the relationship, even with my granddaughter and my daughter, to
Mhm.
watch them two,
Mhm.
to watch my granddaughter and daughter have a conversation and stuff like that. And I'm sitting back like, get a granddaughter, get her, because it's like, yeah, now you're about to find out what I went through. You know what I mean? but but it's all the generations. It's all good, but it's much needed.
It is. It is. And I mean, I'm not saying that I have it all together because I mean, you talking to Selena, she will tell you that mommy still does some things that ma, and she'll look ma, and I'm like, but I'm trying to tell you, and it's like, well, can I figure this out for myself? But it's
Right.
like you want to try to keep them from it, but then Holy Spirit say, well, they got to learn just like you had to learn. You can tell
Right.
them. You say we can tell them they haven't forgot it. So when the lesson comes, they'll remember what you said, but they have to still go through it.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, yeah, mommy, yeah, I still get that way, but I have to, tone it down. And I said, she's grown. Why am I in her stuff? So
Right.
she has to, and she will come to me every now and then and ask questions, and if I have an answer for her, and we go there. You
Yeah.
know, she's very open, and we're open with each other, which is something that we weren't always. We would
Right.
butt heads all the time.
Right. Right. Right.
So, and then my husband would get there to the point he said, "You two are so much alike. You are your mother's child when it comes to certain things. Y'all butt heads," and he'll like back off and stay out. But I thank God for that young woman in there, and to see
Yeah.
her grow, and she loves the Lord. And I said, God, you had a lot to do with this, because
Yeah.
when your children are babies, it's always, I wonder what she's gonna be like. I wonder
Right.
who, I wonder if she, what she's gonna look like and how she's gonna act. And then when that time gets here, you get to see,
Yeah. Yeah.
your
Yeah.
answer. So for Sierra and you, even though y'all, you say that, she still loves you to pieces. She may not say it all the time. She loves you. She mommy this, mommy that, and she's always going to remember the things that you said, even though, you know, we say things that come across, well, ma, it may come across overbearing, or you want to put your 2 cents in. So I'm just saying, you need to do this or you need to do that. And the thing I'm understanding, they hear us.
They hear.
They hear and they understand, and they will do. And because I'm watching my kids, and everything that that you're saying, that we would drill in their heads, and they'd be like, rolling their eyes and giving you the really. But then when they grow up, you actually see that they paid attention.
Yeah. Selena said, "Thank you, Mom. You are the best."
That's my girl. That's my girl. Like I said, we haven't always had that relationship. And that's because I didn't know how to have one because
Right.
of how I was raised. But again, the whole purpose of Pure Beauty is I've always opened my door to all her little friends, and the girls would never want to go home. We'll sit and we'll chat, and they'll be telling me things that I feel they should have told their mom. And they'll sit there, I can't talk to my mom like that. I
Right.
said, yes, you can. He said, well, she's not going to listen. I said, well, try it.
Right.
And, even when she was in college, her roommate be, Ma. He said, well, that's my mother. He said, no, she my mother now. And that was the kind of bond that we had. She would call me up, her roommate would
Right.
call, say, hey, Ma. And I said, this Brienne? She said, yeah, I have a problem. I need to talk to you about something. I said, sure. I said, understand that, when you ask me something, I'm going to tell you the truth.
Right.
And she
Right.
said, I understand. That's why I called you. And he said, your daughter just walked in the door, and I could hear her going, you talking to my mom again? So it's one of those things. And even my girls and my young people at church, I love them.
Yes. Yes.
I, I love them. Even my young ladies, they came to me on Sunday. Hey, how you doing, Sister Pillow? And what's going on? And I asked them how they're um, did they graduate? Did they go to the next grade? And they said yes, and they're glad that school is over with, and kind of sharing some things. And it's good to have that relationship that they
Yes.
can come to me with, they can just walk up to me and not feel threatened and not feel that they can't come to me. It's a beautiful thing when you have that.
Well,
Now,
that's
all of them may not be that way, but
right.
as I told them, I said, my door is open. If you close yours, and my door is always going to stay cracked. So if you decide to open your door, mine is still open.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's great that there you have an organization that young women, older women, doesn't
yeah,
matter what age,
hmm
you service all,
yeah.
because etiquette has no age limit
No,
on it.
it doesn't. It
Has
doesn't.
no age limit. So if there's any organizations, ministries out there that would like etiquette to be taught, Miss Cynthia Pillow, Pure Beauty Gym is your organization.
Thank you.
Can do that for you. Um, so do you have anything else going down the pipeline or just those two events so far?
I'm praying on it, and I've talked to Shakita, and my dreams is to I am a certified debutante instructor. So I want to do a junior debutante course. And the junior debutante course is from you have three different levels. You have the little ladies, which is your 5 to 8. Then you have your junior ladies, which is your 9 to 12. Then you have your young ladies, which is our teens. So, and I want to do the teens, and that's about an 18-week course.
Okay.
So, debutante season usually opens in November through May. So I may not, I may try to, I'm working on trying to have everything together for classes and instructors by 2022, January. So
Okay.
be on the lookout for that. And the name of it is actually, you can't even see my shirt, but it's Exceptional Ladies by Design.
Okay.
That's going to
Awesome.
be the name of the debutante piece of it. Is Exceptional Ladies by Design.
Are you going to have a ball after?
Yes, I want to have a ball. Yeah, it's going to be, yeah. we're gonna have the ball and the dancing and the etiquette, all of that. Yeah, it's gonna be a ball.
Nice, nice,
So,
nice. I am hoping. Are you going to just to throw it out there?
mm.
Scholarship?
Yeah, yeah. That's another thing that been on my plate to work with, try to get Pure Beauty Gym to have scholarships. Um, I've been thinking about doing a scholarship in honor of my mom because she was studying to be a registered nurse before she passed.
Okay.
So I would love to do one in her honor for nursing, and then one for general business for my mother-in-law.
Oh wow. Okay.
So yeah, I'm
Okay,
working.
great. Look, viewers, there you have it. You have some young ladies. It's gonna be getting started in November.
Well, we're working on it. We
Working
might
on.
not. Yeah, we're working on it. We probably won't get it done until the first part of the year in January. So
Okay.
between November and January,
Yes.
be on the lookout for that.
We'll be looking out for that. That's exciting.
So yeah,
That's an awesome, great program, and hopefully you can bring other nonprofits in
yeah, that's the
um,
plan.
to help out with the scholarship part to see if they, be willing to also
Yeah,
give out scholarships, at the ball as well.
yeah.
But that's great. That's great. So I see you're doing well. The ministry is thriving, which is awesome and great. COVID-19 did not win.
No, it didn't. It
Did
did
not
not.
win.
Not at
Still,
all.
still keep going. Ministry still keep going. Etiquette classes is still going. That is awesome. Please, I did get the flyer off of your Facebook, so I will circulate that. But
Okay.
anything you have going on, please, it can filter through my platform. I will put it out there. It takes me a minute. Yes, it does. It does. People be like, "Did you put the flyer out?" I'm coming. I ain't forget.
Yeah.
I ain't forget. It's gonna be posted. Just trust me. I'm trying to get my life. I'm trying to get my life on. But but I'll circulate it through my platforms as well because I wrote it down. It's August 21st, so I will make sure that gets done
And
as
be on the
well.
lookout for because I'm working also on a flyer for the summit. So
Awesome.
yeah,
September 11th.
so I'm
Awesome.
still working on that. And then once I get the finalization and Chiquita looks at it and she gives the approval, then we can get it out. And then actually you will get a copy as well.
Okay, great, great, great. And YBC will be in the house.
Mhm.
Maybe I'll have you guys back sometime in
Oh,
August um, to do a plug-in and talk
okay.
about and we could talk about the event a little bit more
Okay.
um, for September 11th.
Okay. Well, I hope to see you on this on part two of our Confident Queens too.
Yes, I'm gonna put that in my book because I can use a lot of etiquette myself from what my kids tell me. So
I think we all can use a little etiquette based on the
right.
first
Because
one. It's
look,
like,
I just learned not
oh,
to. I just learned don't use because I have a habit when somebody say something or can whatever, I'm like, oh, no problem. And they be like, thank you. Oh, that was no problem.
yeah,
So I didn't know I don't supposed to say that. I just say, okay, thank you.
yeah, thank you, or you're
Thank
welcome.
you. Oh yeah, right,
You're welcome.
right, right,
Oh yeah,
exactly.
when she said that, I said, oh, I said, okay, I have to change my whole vocabulary behind that. She said, no, that's I'm not. We asked her, I said, well, why does that sound like there's a problem? And she said, think about it. You say no problem, but then it may make people say, well, it sounds like it was a problem, but you did it anyway.
Right,
I said, oh, okay.
right.
I
And
said,
then
so
I'm sitting here thinking when somebody asks me something, maybe I don't really want to do it, but I'll be like, okay, no problem. Maybe Maybe that's why I say no problem, because in reality, I don't want to do it.
And
but
that's exactly what she's saying.
you my boss, so I gotta do it anyway. Okay, no problem. Hey, maybe subconsciously that's what that means. I don't know, but
But that's basically what she was saying. She said, "What you're
yeah,
telling them," he said, "Well, it really was, but I'll do it anyway."
right. Okay, well, yeah, that's something. Yes, I will make sure I have to put that on my calendar for August 21st. Pay my registration fee, and yes, and be there, and be there.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I thank you for
Thank you.
coming
Thank you.
on and just chatting it up.
You're
Um,
welcome.
and want to know what's going on with you and how the ministry going is thriving. And can you let my viewers know how they can follow you, subscribe to your magazine? And that is my grandbaby in the background,
She's telling you it's time to go.
I guess.
Um, the information you can reach me at Pure Beauty TGIF1 at AOL.com. That's our email address. Our website is www.purebeautygym.com. If you want to, uh, I also have another email address. It is Cynthia_Pillow at hotmail.com. If you can't reach the Pure Beauty TGIF1 at AOL.com, you can also try Cynthia_Pillow at hotmail.com. Um, our magazine is done, we do 5 issues bi-monthly. And as I said, the the May and June issue, the May June issue is our last issue until we go back in September. So we're on vacation from July to August. But again, if you would like a copy of the email of the magazine, just send me an email with your name and your address, and we will get that out to you as soon as possible. As a matter of fact, please, I'm working on a subscriber list, so everybody that sends me their email, I will have a list, and they will keep up. They'll be able to keep up with all the information of Pure Beauty and what's going on with Pure Beauty.
Great. And it's a great magazine. It is a magazine, great magazine. And you have some great people that write for
Yeah,
your magazine. The
I thank
topics are
you.
awesome.
I thank you. I thank you. And I thank you for the talent that these young ladies have. Like I said, there's talent out there. There are young ladies, there are books in young ladies, there are poetry, there's so much in them that all they need is somebody to recognize and give them the opportunity to
Yes.
put their voice out there.
Yeah.
And I love doing it. And when I read some of these articles and stories, I said, wow,
Mm,
such talent. And a lot of talent, people don't know about. And they won't
right.
know it until you give them the opportunity to display it.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we thank you for that.
Thank you.
Your magazine should blow up.
Uh,
I see that. Yeah.
yeah, thank
I
you.
see
Thank
that.
you. I
I see
see it.
that.
I see
Yes.
it.
I see that. But I just want to say thank you for coming on. Don't want to hold you long.
Thank you for having me, my dear.
And anything that YBC Youth Building Conversation can do, please let me know.
Will do.
Let
Will
me know.
do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I
And I
appreciate
will
you.
be and I will be talking to you soon.
Okay, you too. Take care.
No problem. Thank you for joining YBC. YBC Feature, sitting down with Miss Cynthia Pillow, CEO, Pure Beauty Gym LLC. We will make sure we get the information down below so you can follow her if you want a magazine. Just make sure you email her. Ladies, if you have any daughters or if you write, she's always looking for writers for her magazine. She give you the topic and you can, well, I guess I don't know if they pick the topic. I don't know how they do it, but if you're a writer, just hit her up so you can write for a magazine. And saying that, have a great evening and see you later.
Bye
Bye.
bye.